stage, he got jokes. The podcast where spirit meets real life and love shows up in healing, humor, and hard truths.
As our dogs start barking.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to recap the festival. We went super early, and there was a lot of flags and not enough bacalitos.
Word. I'm a little disappointed. Did not find the bacalaito.
She was looking for a bacalito that brought back her childhood, and that did not happen.
It didn't happen. I feel like they're doing some new mezcla of bacalaito. Like, I guess because it's outside frying, they're doing like a funnel cake batter mixed with the codfish, and it ain't it, people. I wasn't feeling it.
I mean, I tasted. We got two different bacalitos from two different stands. One was a Puerto Rican stand. One was not a Puerto Rican stand. They both kind of taste the same to me. So I don't know.
I'm gonna disagree. That first one, as soon as it came out the pan, I knew it was not what I was looking for. You know, it looked like carnival food. Remember, it kind of gave like a little bit like carnival.
I will say this.
Funnel cake vibe.
For 2 arepas and 2 bacalitos, I paid $36.
Okay.
2 arepas and 2 bacalitos, $36. I get it. It's the festival. I know it's 2025, but that's expensive, yo.
Yeah, it was a little out there. And I was a little disappointed, I'm not going to lie, that I didn't see more of, you know, my people out there frying up the bacalaitos. I know that sounds a little...
Well, I mean, it's the Puerto Rican festival.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't see enough
I needed to see Abuelita out there.
More Puerto Ricans out there on the stands cooking.
Like vendors.
More
you know
vendors.
What
That's what we're talking about. More vendors. Like, I saw some arroz gandules. I saw a couple of pernils that look, you know, but it is the Puerto Rican Day Festival, so you would think you see more vendors out there. So, with that being said, we are going to start doing something to promote more Puerto Rican businesses and vendors.
Yeah, I think this inspired me to take this year, right, and really solidify like what I want to do in terms of food, because I definitely love to cook, and I love to contribute to the festival somehow. And I think High Honey Shop needs a tent out there next year. What do you guys think?
That was a big thing that I in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a lot of pop-up tents out there selling merch and selling food, and I didn't see too many selling wellness. Right? We've spoken about this, right? Praise Jesus, I'm 1 month removed from my whipple surgery. And I ate food out there, and I'm still dealing with the food that I ate out there. Meaning, my body's still trying to digest that food.
Yeah, agreed. And obviously he has a new digestion system majig going on. But I still was affected, okay? Because let's be clear. The next day, the Sunday after yesterday, after the festival, my stomach was
Saturday.
Saturday and then Sunday. My stomach was in shambles. Why? Because this deep fried, overly battered bacalaitos.
Overly greasy.
Seed oils, because they're using vegetable oil to fry this up.
Oh, what's the other thing I saw that they use? They use vegetable shortening too.
You know, all the stuff that's not good for you. And clearly, you know, we try to eat pretty clean, but the most clean that it was a bust. The bacalaito hunt was a bust. I think what I want to do is...
Bacalaito hunt,
yeah, I want to do a bacalaito crawl.
Yeah, why not?
And I think that I want to ask you guys, the ones that are subscribing to our podcast, to give us some suggestions. Places that you know that they're chefing up the bacalaitos, restaurants in the city, even like vendors. Like, I'm looking for Abuelita's Bacalaito, okay? So please submit, comment your favorite bacalaito spots, and we might just pull up and create some content.
And do a review.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go as far as Brooklyn. I'm not traveling to Staten Island because I don't think there's any good bacalito in Staten Island.
No, we definitely will go to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, Queens,
Manhattan, of course.
Manhattan, and the Bronx. I'm not doing Staten Island, but I don't think y'all got good bacalitos in Staten Island.
Yeah, so I really want to get this, going. So please submit your suggestions, because me quedé con las ganas. I didn't get my bacalaito.
The arepas were banging though.
Yeah.
Those were really good. Arepa with cheese. That was very good.
and the cheese was so stretchy, which
Yeah.
is major key. Okay, like I feel like when you get the arepa with cheese, it has to be stretchy cheese that shows like the freshness.
Yeah,
It was really
that was
good.
really good.
That
And
was
I
really
had a pina colada drink, no alcohol of course, because I don't drink, and that was very good as well.
Yeah, I had some of his too, and it was pretty decent.
And even with that, I have to remind myself that I don't drink, that I am a recovering alcoholic, recovering addict, and had done this in a long time, that I bought a drink and I had to have my wife taste test it for me just to make sure that I had no alcohol.
That they did not screw up, because
So,
we've had that happen.
yeah, that's a little life hack for anybody out there who's trying to help somebody with their drinking issues, or you yourself know you have a drinking issue. Have somebody around you could trust that that can be a taste tester for you, so that you don't have any even temptation to mess up by saying, "Oh, they put alcohol in the drink, so now I'm just gonna drink
Oh
it."
well, yeah.
You know, I have a lot of fail safes in place to make sure that I stay on the course of not drinking, and one of the big ones is my beautiful wife being my taste tester.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Making sure my drinks have no alcohol.
You know, I really admire you, babe, that you're always very honest about your struggles. But the fact of the matter is that it's about the wellness. It's about,
Yeah.
you know, eating clean, drinking clean, and really just transforming. Because this clean way of living came about before the diagnosis. And I like to stress that, because folks immediately, you know, assume that we're doing this clean eating due to the diagnosis, and that simply is not the
Yeah.
truth. You know, that's not the truth. We've been on this journey for a little while, and we're just making better choices with what we consume. You know,
Like, it's been, my wife really started trying to getting back in shape around 2020. I say I joined her in 2021. Combined, we lost over 170 pounds together. You know, she lost like 77 pounds. I lost like 100-something pounds. And we did it no shots, no Ozempic,
no Ozempic, no
getting
pills.
no pills, no surgery. Right? So my diagnosis came in January of 2025, and I weighed 172 pounds prior to my diagnosis. So I already had lost over 100 pounds. I went from 287 to 172 with working out and eating better. And bottom line is, like the scriptures say, right? Our bodies are the our temples, right? Just being intentional about not putting poison in my body is what I'm trying really hard to do now. You know, like, and that's what everything. You know, first it started with the alcohol and the drugs, but now it's down to the food. Like, fried food is not good for us. You know, sugar is not good for us. Excess carbs, not good for us. Fast food, not good for us. Like, and these are the hard truths you got to come with when you want to live a better life.
Yeah,
right?
and these are the hard truths that you should come to terms with
Yeah.
before a diagnosis hits, okay? Because lots of times we want to make changes because life is making you make those changes. Yeah, what we're saying is make those changes for you. Don't make the changes because you're forced to make the changes. Make them because they're good for you. And it's the right thing to do for your body.
Like, legit, I just got blood taken out. I had an appointment today with my oncologist this morning. And that appointment was to tell me that I'm on schedule, that my surgery went well, and I still have 7 rounds of chemo left.
Yeah. And crazy enough, he couldn't get a appointment for his infusion because they're not sure if they have room.
For me to start next week. I mean, for me to they didn't know if they had room for me to start this week, which I always start on Monday or Wednesday, which I didn't think I was going to start this week because it's the beginning of the week. But the point being is that there are a lot of people that are sick.
Think about that. When they're telling you that there is no room, okay, this is now an epidemic. This is a problem. Okay, lots of people are getting chemo as we speak.
A lot of black and brown people.
Young, old,
all ages,
okay,
Yeah.
in between.
You
It
know,
doesn't discriminate.
doesn't discriminate.
So what is the common denominator here, right? It's got to be our food. It's got to be what we're consuming along with our lifestyle. These are things we have control over, okay? Your lifestyle, what you consume, these are things that we can control on a daily. And I don't think folks really understand the gravity of the situation unless you are faced with having to go to an infusion center. and you actually see with your own two eyes the many people that are there.
And
So we want to bring awareness.
awareness, man. Yeah,
you know?
that
We're not just talking out the side of our necks.
we're not just making this stuff up. A lot of this is propaganda, right? A lot of this is programming, right? We watch, and I say we because we're human, just like you guys. We might watch in any given day. I don't know the exact statistics, but we are bombarded with food commercials, alcohol commercials. The programming is so good we don't even realize we're being programmed until you start trying to come outside that programming, right? When you start trying to live outside the matrix, then you realize how good the simulation really is.
Yeah.
Because then you realize, wow, I feel like I'm a conscious being, and I still am super susceptible to the propaganda. To like, oh, I'm hungry. Let me just run and get McDonald's real quick. Now, praise Jesus. And I say this because I know it's the truth. We have not had McDonald's in over 3 years.
Yeah, I don't even
I think
about.
I think the last time I
McDonald's at
ordered
this point.
McDonald's was like during the pandemic, and the reason I remember this is because I told everybody in the house, order off the dollar menu, right? Order off the dollar menu, and I still spent $70-something.
Yeah, it's not even
on just McDonald's.
It's not even cheap anymore.
That's the point. Like, fast food used to be inexpensive.
Yeah.
And fast, but it used to be food.
Yeah.
Now it's expensive. It's not that fast, and it's not food. It's not real food. I don't believe anymore. You know, we all got choices to make. We all got decisions to make. All I'm saying is, we need to be conscious and intentional with everything in our lives, but especially what we put into our bodies.
And on that note, with the festival, we had some rain.
Yeah.
We had some rain, but I took that like a spiritual cleanse, baby.
Yeah.
I absolutely did. Y'all know I've been working a lot with the goddesses, and one of the goddesses that has been popping up to me is Guaban Sex. I think I'm saying that right. And it was so interesting because she's the goddess of storms.
Yeah.
And then it rains, and I felt so connected. The rain was coming down, and when I saw the vibes, because it didn't stop anything, you know, as usual. Puerto Ricans are very resilient, so the party was still going. People did not care that it was raining. We actually got out of there a little earlier because we got down there so early. But folks were still going down there. They were still partying, you know, with their umbrella, dancing salsa in the rain. So if you were down there and you got rained upon, just know that that was a blessing.
Yeah, that's the way I took it. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
and that's a Taino goddess, okay? I want to stress that because we don't speak about our Taino culture so much. So that song, that reggaeton song, Guatauba,
Plan B.
Plan B, okay? It's very sexualized and all that good stuff, but it's actually based around a god. And Guabances is Guatauba, male version type of vibe. So, yeah, just wanted to leave that with you guys.
I just saw it as Jesus blessing us and,
Yes.
you know, giving us a fresh blessing of abundance and wiping away the bad and blessing us with the good.
Yep. Exhaling the colonizer seasoning. Oh my goodness. Just a reminder, you know, don't forget to drop those recommendations, bacalaíto spots.
Let us know.
Okay? Because you don't find bacalaítos, they find you. And preferably wrapped in paper towel. I remember that's how I would get them in the church. After church, there was always like the older lady selling the bacalaitos, and they had like paper towel. It was so good. Okay, so we're gonna close with some breath work. All right, exhale, or rather inhale.
Inhale.
Inhale. Hold. And we're gonna exhale all that energy that doesn't serve, especially soggy bacalaitos.
Or say no to soggy bacalaitos.
Absolutely not. Don't forget to subscribe, send in your bacalaito recommendation, because this season we're chasing flavor and finding our roots.
Like, subscribe, follow, be active, be grateful. Express that gratefulness of physical movement. Follow Jesus and be high level.